Another guy who I think the UFC maybe should look to trading too, or at least cutting, is Darren Till. Like,
Oof.
what goes on? What happens if he loses this week? I know we made a video the other week, but we need to talk about it again. It's Darren Till fight week.
Yeah.
So what? So do you think he's actually going to show up this weekend? Like, what do you think he's going to get? Like a
Honestly, man, I don't know because Darren Till, from what I've seen, he's a guy that has in the past shown up on like Thursday or Wednesday of a pay-per-view. He did this at UFC 244, and I'm looking up his Instagram right now,
I want to see
and
some pictures. I
I
want to see
think
what the
he's
guy
gonna
looks
show
like.
up. I think he's gonna show up. He hasn't posted any stories or nothing, but here's the
That's
thing,
a good.
man.
That's a good sign, by the way.
Yeah, it's a
He's
good sign
not
that he's not
posting.
posting
Yeah,
anything.
that's a good
I think
sign.
that means he's on his way to Vegas. First of all, I want to see Hamzat in this corner. Like, I'd love to see that. Um, but here's the thing. I didn't see him training with Hamzat for this camp.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And Dricus Duplessis is a grappler. Like, I know he's a striker. He's
Yeah,
got good striking, but his base is grappling. He didn't drill. He wasn't drilling with Hamzat. What is up with that? Like,
yeah.
I don't get it at
I think they
all.
got into
And
some sort of beef or something.
no, I don't know, man. I don't think that's because they were hanging out like just a month ago or something. I mean, I'm starting to question what Darren Till's doing because he's training at, a good camp for guys like strikers, but I feel like his striking is decent. He just needs to work on his grappling and his takedown defense. Because I think if it's just a pure stand-up battle, I think
Oh,
he
he
beats
smokes him.
Dricus Duplessis.
Yeah.
The issue here is number one, he can't get in shape anymore. And I think a big part of that is due to the fact that he's injured his collarbone before. He's tore his ACL. And, if you break your collarbone, you may not be able to put up the same numbers. You may not be able to get the same muscle mass on your chest, on your frame as you were back in the day. And I think we're starting to see a Darren Till with a lot of injuries who can't train as hard as he used to. And because of that, his body composition has gotten worse. He's lost a little bit of muscle. He's lost a little bit of strength. And he's not the same kind of dangerous athlete. Like he used to be a physical specimen back in the day, one of the biggest welterweights. And now he's just a run-of-the-mill 185er with a good left hand and a good kick. Like, first of all, he doesn't throw combinations. He doesn't throw more than two techniques, a leg kick, a body kick, and a left hand. He hardly ever throws a 1-2. It's like he knows how to make it close, but he's very, very one-dimensional, and I want to see him mix it up. But here's the thing. Dricus Duplessis is a good striker, and he's a good grappler. And if he's shooting takedowns, if he's mixing it up, then I think he wins. And it's really sad because Darren Till has the charisma. He's got the star power. He's got a personality. He's a fun guy. He's a striker.
Entertaining
He's
fighter.
interesting. Some of his I don't know if he doesn't have the best fights, but like he could be
No,
entertaining.
he's been in some good fights.
He's been in
Masvidal, the
some
Wonder, yeah,
Yeah, Masvidal was a good one. Wonder
Wonder
Boy
Boy
was a little
was.
slow, but that I think. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see Darren do well. It's just I just could see him getting knocked out or taken down and just beat up on the ground, and I mean, or submitted. And if that happens, it's got to be one of the saddest things ever because Darren Till one time was fighting Tyron Woodley for a title, and it seems like it's all gone downhill. Like if we think about it, Darren Till's only win since Tyron Woodley
Was
is
Gastelum.
Kelvin Gastelum. So he lost to Woodley, and then after that got knocked out by Masvidal, beat Kelvin Gastelum, then
Whitaker.
lost to Whitaker and
Awesome.
lost to Brunson. He's got one win out of his last five, which is sad. And
After starting his career undefeated too.
after starting, I mean, honestly, man, I really hope it, but also like he looks physically worse. So I hope his
I have
skills
a
are
new
better.
theory to that, by the way. I
What?
think like it's unfortunate to say, but I think he's an alcoholic. That's my theory.
Oh man, he could be one because the
Because
thing is, like, he's been getting knocked out and he's
because
probably
you
depressed.
see when people like alcoholics, their face looks bloated. They don't
Yeah,
look like you. They look bloated. You know what I mean? I think he looks very bloated.
drinking
He's
and
got a more of a
driving.
belly. You know what I mean? He got in trouble for that over the summer, I believe. Was it over the
Yeah, he
summer?
did.
It was sometime late in 2022.
In Sweden, he got pulled over for drinking
That's
and
my
driving.
theory. I think he's an alcoholic, and I
But
think
also, and on top of that, I think the fact that he's gotten so many injuries, he can't train as hard, and that's why he's gotten smaller. He's an alcoholic too, and first of all, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this. Like, I think the guy has. I think you might be onto something because if I look into what Darren Till's personal life is looking like, and just because he does post photos of his wife and his kids, he's never with them. He's never with them. And I think that
Also
this is a
losing a
man
lot.
that's
Like,
running around, who's a little lost.
yeah,
I don't think he has his priorities straight. And I feel bad because, dude, Darren Till's a guy who's easy to root for, but it's just so
yeah.
sad because it's like he just fumbles every time, man. I mean, he gave Robert Whitaker a close fight, and like this is what's happened. It's so sad, man. I want Darren Till to win. I think Dricus Duplessis is going to land a big overhand right on him, and I think he's going to choke him out.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
if Darren,
honestly,
here's the thing, I will make that pick, but I will be so happy if Darren Till knocks him out
oh yeah,
or
I
beats him.
I, I think Darren Till's gonna get hurt. That's what my prediction is. I think he's gonna get hurt.
You think
Unfortunately,
it's going to be like Tom
I think
Aspinall?
I think it's gonna be more of like a
Honor?
I think it's gonna be like what happened to what's his name, the guy who Jan Blachowicz, yeah,
Oh,
Rakic. I think it's gonna
Rakic.
be like Rakic.
You think it's going to be like one of those?
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
unfortunately, because his knees are awful. You know what I mean? Like he's had so
Dude, that
much
would
problems
suck.
in the last few
I
years.
hope he's not injured going into this. He probably is a little. I just
He
hope he's not
probably
really.
is like I just like the dude doesn't train hard until training camp starts. So like you're always gonna get injured in that situation, in that case. You know what I mean? So I think he must be coming in with injuries over
Why
the
is he not
summer. He
training
had
with Hamza, bro?
over the summer he was supposed to fight Hermanson, obviously, and that got canceled because of his knee. So I don't know how much like your knee can get better in that time. You know what I mean? Like who knows? Like it could still be messed up. I tweaked my knee a little bit over the summer around that time, and it's still I feel it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure his is a lot worse than mine. So yeah. So
Dude, should he just pull out just to save him from the embarrassment?
I don't know if you pull out because
I'm
I think
just
the
playing. I
UFC
don't think he
cuts,
should pull out.
UFC cuts him if he pulls out
No,
because he
I honestly think they do. I think if Darren Till loses, I think he might just get cut.
yeah, and then he'll become Chimaev's water boy or something.
Dude, I don't. Here's another thing. Why he was training with Chimaev, and that was interesting because we knew that Darren Till needed some help with his takedown defense and grappling, and he has not trained with Chimaev for the entirety of the last like month or two, where he's been in Thailand. I know he's trained with Chimaev here and there in the early fall, but Chimaev has not been a part of his training camp, and I'm starting to worry because like, does Darren Till even realize that this guy's going to be shooting some takedowns on him? Because I get the idea that Dricus Duplessis just wants to win, and he said that he learned a lesson after his fight with Tavares, Brad Tavares. He said that I learned a lot from that fight. I don't want to get into a war like that anytime soon. I'm just looking for the win, and I think he might try to shoot for takedowns. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. I honestly have to say, if you were to guarantee me right now that Darren Till's healthy and he's not going to get injured like that in the fight, this is the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
I'm even more excited for this now in the main event because
I
really want Darren Till to win. If there's anyone that I want to win right now on this card, it's Darren Till. I'm just going to pick against him because I think he loses.
Yeah, I think he's gonna lose too, unfortunately. I would have rather seen him against a guy like Hermanson, especially after seeing what happened last.
Oh man, I think that'd be a much better fight for him.
Yeah, exactly. Especially after seeing what happened last night.
Yeah.
But
Hermanson's
yeah,
not as physically strong
yeah,
as like some of these
doesn't
other
have the
guys.
power like
Dricus
Duplessis.
Duplessis is a tank.
Also, the thing is, look, let's if Hermanson fights Duplessis tomorrow, who wins? Duplessis. You know,
I think Duplessis wins.
Duplessis smokes him. In my opinion, I think Hermanson is honestly he was one of the worst. I think he was the worst eighth ranked fighter of all time. Honestly, like that dude's trash. And we saw yesterday he lost to a guy who fought on like a week's notice. You know, who came in on a week's notice, wasn't even ranked. You know what I'm saying? And he lost. He got embarrassed. So the dude's trash. So I think that would have been a way better opponent for Darren Till. And I think Duplessis is an awful matchup for him. That dude, he's tough, he's big, he's in shape.
Yeah.
You know, like he
hits hard, dude. He's got good.
He hits hard. It's a
grappling.
recipe of disaster for Darren Till. But I'm just hoping that he wins, though. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like,
I know Duplessis, but I could give less of a shit if he's fighting Darren Till. I want Till to win.
I like Duplessis too. Yeah, but
if Darren Till could knock this dude out, that might be one of the best moments.
That would be amazing. Yeah, and then there'd be more fun fights for him to make. With him.
Then he could fight, Izzy.
Yeah. Izzy,
fight,
that'd be a good fight. Yeah,
Costa
Till would be a great fight.
Yeah.
That'd be a great fight if Darren Till.
But Till did train a little bit with Vittori, which is good.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe that's good because Vittori trains hard. You know what I'm saying?
Vittori's a good grappler. He trains hard. He pushes the pace.
Yeah.
But I hope Till is relatively healthy. And oh man, it just sucks that I mean, it's so sad that at one point we were looking at like Darren Till's gonna destroy Brunson. We think he's gonna knock him out, and then like, damn it, dude.
Yeah. Also, think
Like
about you were
now we're
talking
just
about
looking at it
Chimaev.
like we're just expecting to be sad with the outcome.
Yeah. Also, you were saying about the thing with Chimaev, him training with Chimaev, that he trained with him a few times. But I think
Didn't
the
fall.
thing about training with Chimaev is that's a guy you want to train with late in your training camp. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll really
Yeah,
like I know he's the great grappler and stuff, so he'll really help with the grappling, but he's gonna help with your overall mindset. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make
yeah,
you train harder. The guy's gonna push you with anything you do. So I think having that guy around like later in your camp when it gets really difficult is what would make more of a difference. So
yeah.
I think that is a concern, a real concern. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe Chimaev had some other stuff going on, but still, I think that could really that could have really helped him. What if it made him win? I don't know because Duplessis is a beast, but I definitely think it would have for sure helped. But yeah, no, Darren Till, I'm really hoping he wins. Will I pick him to win? No, I think Duplessis is going to win. I think Darren Till is going to get hurt. I hate
So how do you
predicting.
think it ends? I'm gonna go with Duplessis by a first round submission.
You think first round? I
Dude,
think
I think he's gonna hurt him and submit him in the first round.
I think the
Might be a
third
bad
round.
pick. I just think that's what happened.
I think third round he's gonna get like a leg kick, and I think
Honestly, I won't even be that upset if he makes it to the third round. At least we'll get to see him. I mean, I
yeah,
think if
or
Darren
maybe the
Till
second
makes it
round.
out of the first round, that's dangerous for Duplessis.
Yes, but I think I think I really think he's gonna hurt his knee. I hate to say it, but I really feel like he's gonna hurt his knee. I just think he doesn't train hard before until training camp starts.
Yeah,
he's had the knee has the knee problems already. Like
you
I
think
think
Duplessis is
Duplessis
gonna try
I
to
think he's gonna
keep his
chop at
leg
his
alive?
legs, and I think one of those is gonna hurt his knee. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but if Darren Till wins, I'm gonna be real happy though.